I don't know what most white people in this country feel, but I can only include what they feel from the state of their institutions. I don't know if white Christians hate Negroes or not, but I know that we have a Christian church which is white and a Christian church which is black. I know, as Malcolm X once put it, that the most segregated hour in American life is high noon on Sunday. That says a great deal for me about a Christian nation. It means that I can't afford to trust most white Christians and certainly cannot trust the Christian church. I don't know whether the labor unions and their bosses really hate me. That doesn't matter, but I know I'm not in their unions. I don't know if the real estate lobby has anything against black people, but I know the real estate lobbies keep me in the ghetto. I don't know if the Board of Education hates black people, but I know the textbooks they give my children to read and the schools that we have to go to. Now, this is the evidence. You want me to make an act of faith, risking myself, my wife, my woman, my sister, my children, on some idealism which you assure me exists in America, which I have never seen.
Hey, little gay boys and girls and fag hags and straight boys who sneak and watch my videos and love me too, yes. Oh my God. Every time I do that, that makes me feel like I'm an expensive bottle of champagne. I just be like, open me, bitch. I'm expensive. All right, so first of all, happy Black History Month. I usually don't do Black History Month videos per se because I'm black 365 days a year, and I celebrate our rich history and contributions to culture and society and everything else every single day. But if you are looking for something to do to help celebrate Black History Month, let me encourage you to run. Okay, not walk, bitch. Run. Like, your name is Molly, and you're in danger, to the nearest theater that is playing I Am Not Your Negro, okay? It is one of the most compelling, brutally honest, mind-blowing, and brilliant films that you will probably ever see. I'm talking about it will strike a chord, and it will make you deal with your shit, okay? Because I left out of that theater it was funny watching going in first because, you know, the name of the theater, like if you're not black, the fact that you have to walk up to a ticket window as a white person the way the three white girls did in front of me and go, hey, we want to get 3 tickets for, I'm not sure, the James Baldwin film. The fact that you have to do that first makes you deal with some shit at that window. Then you get in there and you have to deal with the content of the film. That's something else. It struck a chord so much that them white people was walking out of there like, girl, we gotta deal with our shit, bitch. Like, the movie strikes a serious chord with you. And of course right now we're dealing with, socially and politically, some of the most troubling times that we've had to face ever. Like, in years, fights that should have been over years ago, we're having those fights all over again, and they look completely different. They're more modern. And this film, crazy, even though it was created in the late 60s, early 70s, speaks to us right now. And in a way, that's disturbing. And for me, I know when you look at art, one of the best definitions and explanations of what art is art is created to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. And that's one of the great things about films like this out now. I'm happy that even though we're experiencing these times, we're seeing films that, you know, show us in all our complexities as black folks, as minorities, as people of color. We're seeing films like Hidden Figures. We're seeing films like Moonlight. You know, we're seeing films like, you know, Ava DuVernay's 13th on Netflix, which is another film that you need to make sure you take the time to see. And films like I'm Not Your Negro that talk about our history and talk about the things that we deal with. You know, none of us need to be quiet right now, and that film is a great reminder of that. And I'm so grateful for people like James Baldwin. Now, real quick, I grew up in the church, and a lot of church people are waiting for Jesus to come back. Me, personally, the way that I've evolved spiritually, I don't believe Jesus is going to come back. I believe Jesus manifests himself in different ways every few years, and we ignore that. I believe Jesus has come back as Martin Luther King. I believe Jesus has come back as James Baldwin, as people like Malcolm X, you know, as people like Tupac and Richard Pryor, you know, and I believe that when those type of people are here, we ignore their messages. Like they get our attention, and we love what they're saying and things, but it's not until they're gone, and it's usually they're taken from us, that we're really able to appreciate what they're saying and the ways that they make us reflect on what's going on. James Baldwin was one of those people. I wish that more people knew who James Baldwin is, which is really sad. And make sure you take some youth, educate some youth about who he was, and people like, Bayard Rustin, because they were black gay men, and they contributed greatly to the struggle and a lot of our history. James Baldwin, brilliant writer. I have quite a few of his books. The Fire Next Time, again, another piece of writing that's more relevant than ever. The only thing missing out of this book is 2017, Donald Trump, Ferguson, Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin. But other than that, this book speaks to right now. Nobody Knows My Name, another brilliant book. The Cross of Redemption, another one. Notes of a Native Son, which I haven't started reading yet, but I'm really excited to start reading that. One of his most popular books, Giovanni's Room, which touches on sexuality, race, and a lot of different things you need to read. And Go Tell It on the Mountain, which deals with, religion. James Baldwin was a very prophetic writer, and it's disturbing that he wrote these things 40, 50, 60 years ago, and they're still speaking to us today. And that's one of the great things about art. It's helping us to reflect. And when other people are saying, oh, I don't understand what's going on, I don't get what you're talking about, why are people in the streets? Why are people protesting? Why are things in an uproar? This is why. And it lets us know that we're not paranoid and we're not crazy. And I think it also allows a light to come on for a lot of people who just don't get it sometimes. Sometimes they need to be confronted in such a way, which I saw a couple of people confronted like that. They had to get up and walk out of the theater and go outside and cry. And they weren't black. It's just like all of a sudden the light came on, like, oh my God, this is horrible. Yes, and this is what we've been trying to tell people. These are the things that are going on in our country that we need to deal with. And the film is absolutely mind-blowing. If you don't go see it, you're doing yourself a disservice. And it's give up a McDonald's meal and a Slurpee or something, and just go see it. Like, Baldwin is deep. You're going to need to smoke a joint maybe. I know the movie was so good, and he was so deep, that I'm going to need to go back a second time to go see it, which I'm planning to do this week. And make sure you go to a theater where people ain't screaming all at the screen and snacking on popcorn all hard and, digging all through their purse and all that type of shit. Go to a theater where you can pay attention, because this is some deep shit that you're going to need to take in. And when those credits are rolling, you're going to have to sit in that theater and deal with that thing for a minute. So make sure you see it. It's directed by Raoul Peck, and it's narrated by Samuel L. Jackson, who, when I saw his name on it, I got really excited. I was like, oh shit, he gonna be up on there like, I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers this shit is still going on. But he was so tender, and he dealt with the shit. He didn't need to do all that, because James Baldwin will smack you around intellectually enough where you're going to have to deal with that shit and realize that it's just not the way other people are treating us. It's the way we as black people, as gay people, and all other kind of minorities are treating ourselves. We need to do a better job at coming together, at unifying and creating more self-love. So I'm not going to tell y'all anymore. I just want you to run, not walk, to see this film, because I Am Not Your Negro is absolutely one of the best documentaries that you will ever see. And that's all I'm going to say. Make it a date night. If you sensitive, bitch, get you some tissue, smoke a joint, and get ready to deal with some real shit, okay? Because this movie is the real deal, and I'm so grateful that I was able to live to experience this. I wish I would have been around. Well, I was around, but I was a baby, to experience James Baldwin, because he was an intellectual force of nature and a prophet. And this film makes you deal with some real shit. I'm going to need to smoke a joint just thinking about it. But please go see the film, support it, and support all the other films that tell our stories, because we need to see more. Most of all, be safe. Keep fighting the good fight. Love each other, and take care of yourself.